Hey guys. Um, right, I thought it was about time I did another small devlog, naturally small devlog. Because the previous one wasn't really. Um, just to run over a few of the things that I've done. So let's see. So first and foremost, we have three different weapons now. So we've got the laser weapon, the rocket launcher, and the shotgun. And if I hit play, you'll see some other things as well. But so we're starting with this is the rocket. Fires a very slow moving projectile, but if I go over here, you can see it seeks, locks on, and flies towards enemies you shoot at, which is pretty cool. And of course, we have the shotgun, where I adjusted its spread a bit, lessened the amount of projectiles and stuff. I still think it clumps up too much sometimes, but whatever. And then standard laser, like we've always had. Then you'll probably notice we have shields, proper ones. And if I show you this in here, there's a little crazy in here. I might let me just tweak that a sec. I mean it will be the same in here. Let's put that 20. Go back. There we go. It's pretty cool. Certainly does the job. And if I pull this out here and change the properties a bit, let's set this to 15. 2, 1. So you can see, we've got a pulsing shield particle effect, and as you can see in the game, it changes color based on the team. And all this simply is on the character we have in begin play. So you find the static mesh, which is the shield, which is the one I was just showing you. We create a instant static mesh component, put it in the world, set up attachment, register the component. I believe this is necessary for it to work, although I haven't tried again since. An important one here is that we need to get the actors transform. When we add the instance to the world space, it just otherwise it stays relative to the drone where it is in the world compared to the transforms. So I had this working and the shields were like off the other side of the map and I didn't even notice. I just thought it was broken. And then we've got these three properties. Wipe is the property that makes it so you can, if I oh geez, hang on, sorry, that took a while. Let me try it with sphere real quick. Is this the one I put in mine? That one, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so you can see we've got this. Does this? Why isn't it doing real time? There we go. So the wipe, you see all the values here. So we've got one which distorts the texture. So if I pull this up a bit more around to the center, if I stop this, so you can see if I put this to say 0.6, it does some really cool patterns. But it's 0.2. It kind of shifts it around a bit more randomly. If I get rid of the X value here, it stops going from left to right, and obviously if I do the inverse, it now kind of rotates round the side. And we could get like a nice little mix of both. And it does some interesting things. But yeah, so we're currently controlling the wipe value, which is how it does this. And then we've got the exponent, and the higher, the less of it you see. And then the lower, the more of it you see. and it like covers the whole thing, and then as you wipe it across, you can like. And I mean, admittedly, this mesh works better for it, but to keep it in line with my game's aesthetics, this looked pretty cool. So that's there. This took me a very long time to get working, but I finally managed it. And now if we go back into the game, you can of course, I can eject and pause, and you can just see it pulsing colors and stuff. It's pretty cool. And of course all the teams have their own colors. And you might also notice I've done some particle effects for the projectiles, which are also the team colors, to make it a bit more obvious and to make the game look a bit more colorful in general. And I also added some lights underneath them because it's pretty cool when you're flying around the asteroids and you can see the lights coming off of them. It might be a bit much. I might tone the shields, sort of color and stuff down, perhaps make it a bit more transparent in general, because it's a bit much sometimes. I've tweaked the lighting and things. I have also made the AI a bit better, and they still do what they used to do, but with the exception now that when they get into combat's the only thing that they think about. So if they were heading to an objective, as soon as they're in range of an enemy or being shot at, they'll focus on the combat rather than the objective taking, which means you get a lot more fights out and around the outskirts of the objectives. I also kind of made a method that guesses the range of the weapons, as the weapons don't actually have a range, it's just how long the projectiles persist for, which I calculated basically just timesing their lifetime by their speed, which gave a reasonable, it seems to work. Like the shotgun stops shooting pretty quickly outside of their range. You can see here this guy might stop shooting entirely. There he goes. And the same with all the weapons, so they all have different ranges. And then I made the AI use those ranges to determine how far to search for enemies, so they won't look further than they can shoot anymore, which makes for a much more realistic, less bullet helly kind of gameplay. It's got a little out of hand, but you can see them fighting around more areas in the map now, which I think makes the game look a bit better. At least from bird's eye view and stuff, you can see all of that. So yeah, that's the main things. I intend to improve the weapons, and my next plan is, now that I've got a better idea of maybe how materials and things work, doing a similar effect with the objectives, making a transparent a transparent like ring or something on the ground centered to them that pulses the team's color and all of that kind of stuff. So you can kind of get an idea of where the objectives are, what color it is still, but they don't look like stars because that gets very hard to see. And I will also, so if I go back into here, of course we still have, it's not the easiest way to tell, like there's no clear-cut way of telling who's on what team other than by these bars, because okay, we've got the light and the shield colors, but if they don't have the shield and they're not by anything, you only have the projectile colors to go by. And in PvP, people could perhaps use that as a stealth and fly around and avoid being shot a lot. Just gonna finish it with a rocket. It dodged. They fully healed. So yeah, I also made the homing rockets work better for the players. Not that I've shown that, but these weren't working last time I did a proper video. So, um, but I made it find the closest target to the cursor location, so you can kind of shoot at people behind other enemies and pick off stragglers and things. So yeah, that's what I've been up to lately. And yeah, I'm focus more on the visuals still. I'm gonna keep pushing to make them better, make different projectiles for different weapons, make them look prettier, maybe do more fancy things with the rocket, make it explode and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'll get on that, add some more weapons, and then start making some more types of maps, more gameplay modes. Yeah, thanks a lot. I'll see you guys around.